my son. The day you were born, the very forests of Lordaeron whispered the name Arthas.
Blizzard has been hinting towards Arthas being in Shadowlands, that he has gone to the Mall, and that they want to make sure they do such an important lore character and such a beloved character right. Recently, data mining has found Sephiron, the Frostworm, as well as finding Kel'Thuzad involved in some Covenant questline. This has led to a lot of speculation that Blizzard will bring Arthas back. While I disagree with the speculation, I don't think that Blizzard really has any choice but to do so. If they bring him back and they do it right, they could add a lot of excitement and interest back into the game. Arthas is an extremely important lore character and has a story that is beloved. He alone can carry an entire expansion. Before we get into the video, feel free to hit that subscribe button below, and now on to the video. In my first opinion video on why I think Arthas needed to be in Shadowlands, I did not put a lot of thought into what they would or could do with him. My first thought was, though, however, that Arthas should take the place of the jailer at the end of the expansion. This should be a poetic ending, where Arthas is once again the jailer of the damned. As the Lich King, his subjects were the physical remains left on Azeroth as the souls moved on to the Shadowlands. In death, he becomes the jailer, the keeper of the worst souls in life, bringing Arthas full circle once again, giving the Crown Prince of Lordaeron a throne. As the expansion progresses, we begin to learn that the jailer, or at least this particular jailer, is new to the job. He has only come into power over the last few years. In fact, it is his rise to power that caused the Shadowlands to become unbalanced, sending all new souls directly to the Maul. Throughout our adventures in the Maul, we begin to learn how the new jailer rose to power and overthrew the previous one. During the storyline, we start to get hints and clues that this jailer was a king on Azeroth, and a betrayer, a once mighty hero that stood for justice but fell into darkness, until the final reveal that this new jailer is Arthas. I get that the jailer's model looks nothing like Arthas. I do not think that matters. There was a lot of hype about how time worked differently in the Shadowlands than on Azeroth. However, through Ian's explanation, time does work the same, however individual perception of time works dramatically different.
Control must be maintained. There must always be a Lich King.
If there must always be a Lich King, what does that mean now that the Helm of Domination has been broken? How are the forces of Azeroth going to deal with the endless horde of Scourge rampaging through the land? What happened to the spirit of Nazul when the Helm was broken as well? We'll need to make a couple of assumptions here. The first one is that Nazul's spirit left the Helm when Sylvanas broke it. We also need to assume in order to regain control of the Scourge, we need to fix the Helm. With these assumptions, how do we repair the Helm? From what we were learning from Shadowlands, spirit energy is very potent. So we could safely say that the Helm draws its power from the spirit caged within. The spirit grants the Helm its power to control the Scourge. But I have doubts that just any spirit will do. It's likely to reforge the Helm, the spirit within needs to be both powerful, but also, more importantly, needs to have a close connection to the Scourge. This would leave us with two options. The first option is that we would need to force Nazul back into the Helm of Domination to regain control of the Scourge. The second, and probably more interesting option, is that we use Arthas. But that leads to a second question. Does Arthas do it willingly, or do we have to force him into it? During the Legion expansion, Blizzard brought Illidan back. He became the vehicle that drove the story forward throughout the entirety of the expansion. They could do the same with Arthas in Shadowlands. Using Arthas to tell us the story of the Maul and Torghast and whatever raid is at the end of the expansion. However, this alone is not a good enough use of Arthas' character and would not do him justice. Arthas' story, post his death in Icecrown Citadel, would have to be expanded upon greatly. We would need to know more about what happened to him after he died. While I also don't think it would not hurt for them to expand on his emotional state of whether or not he feels remorse for his actions in his life, or if he still does not care. Using Arthas as a story driver is not a standalone option, though. This could easily be the precursor to him either becoming the Jailer, or him becoming the Helm of Domination. Either way, this could be something that is added upon later into the expansion. These are just a few of the things that I think they could do with Arthas in Shadowlands. Let me know down below what you think they could do with him. And until next time, peace.